They called her the girl who went through 44 days of hell. Junko Furuta was just 17, bright, respectful, full of life, when her path crossed with 4 boys who would end her world and test the limits of humanity's cruelty. This isn't just a crime, it's a descent into horror. And yet, when justice finally came, it didn't look like justice at all. The trial was a spectacle that gripped the nation, but for many it felt like a betrayal. The aftermath left scars deeper than any physical wound could inflict. Families mourned in silence while society grappled with its own conscience. What justice meant in this case seemed blurred and twisted, leaving questions that lingered in the air. In the wake of the verdict, the community rallied together, lighting candles and sharing stories of hope and resilience. They gathered to honor Junko's memory, turning their grief into a powerful call for change. Yet amidst the outpouring of love and solidarity, the shattered pieces of trust reminded everyone of the fragility of life and the ongoing fight for justice. In the years that followed, Junko Furuta's story became a rallying cry for justice and reform. Activists emerged, driven by the need to ensure that no one else would endure such a fate. The empty spaces she left behind served as reminders of unrealized dreams and the importance of safeguarding the next generation's future. It was a chilly November evening in Tokyo, 1988. Junko Furuta, a high school honor student, was riding her bicycle home from her part-time job. She had dreams, college, a career, maybe one day starting a family. But that evening she vanished. At first, police thought she was a runaway. But behind closed doors, a nightmare had begun. She had been abducted by 4 boys, her own classmates. One of them, a teenager with links to a local gang, had tricked her by pretending to help her. He led her to an abandoned house where darkness awaited. What followed was 44 days of unspeakable abuse, documented not in rumors but in confessions and court transcripts. Over the course of those weeks, Junko was imprisoned, beaten, starved, assaulted, burned. Every time she pleaded, she was silenced. Every time she begged, she was mocked. She tried to escape, once, twice. Each time she was caught and punished even worse. Her captors didn't hide her in some remote cabin. She was kept in the home of one of the boys, and disturbingly others knew. Some even visited, but no one's. Junko's body was deteriorating. She could barely stand, barely breathe. Still, she fought to stay alive. Some reports say she asked them to kill her, anything to end the torment. And finally, on day 44, she died. Alone, in pain, in a world that turned away. Her killers, they stuffed her into a drum, filled it with concrete, dumped it in a construction site, then they went on with their lives. Weeks passed. A tip finally led police to her grave. What they uncovered stunned Japan. Public outrage exploded. The nation mourned Junko, though they had never known her. But when trial came, so did disappointment. Because the perpetrators were underage, they were protected under Japanese law. Their identities were initially hidden. Their sentences light. One served less than 10 years. The others were released quietly. People called it a betrayal. Not just of Junko, but of every victim failed. If you made it this far, thank you for giving Junko Furuta a voice. Let's never forget her name. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the justice system failed her? Subscribe to Cortex Crime for more untold and unfiltered true crime stories. Share this video because stories like Junko's deserve to be heard again and again.